What do America's adversaries have to gain and lose from the U.S. presidential election in November? The 2024 Trump versus Biden rematch will be the first time in U.S. history that candidates from both major parties have sat in the Oval Office. That means both Russia and China have a good idea of what either a second Biden or Trump term will look like, and an interest in manipulating the outcome in their favor. Moscow's preference for Trump is fairly obvious, despite Putin saying the exact opposite in February.
Кто лучше, Байден или Трамп?
Байден. Он человек более опытный, он прогнозируемый, он политик старой формации. Но мы будем работать с любым лидером США, которому окажет доверие американский народ.
Analysts dismissed the comments as classic Kremlin doublespeak. Biden's worldview runs totally counter to Putin's. His administration is leading a coalition of Western allies against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and he's pushed for NATO expansion, which Putin views as a critical threat to Russia itself. Intelligence agencies have also confirmed Russia's attempts to influence the 2016 and 2020 elections in Trump's favor, and sow mistrust in the U.S. electoral process, warning that the Kremlin is likely to ramp up its efforts in 2024. But now officials say China is copying Russia's playbook using bots and AI-generated misinformation to spread conspiracy theories and amplify support for President Trump on social media. It seems counterintuitive. Trump, after all, regularly attacks China on the campaign trail. His administration imposed billions of dollars in tariffs on Chinese imports. They say they'll do more if they become president. Why would Beijing support a candidate so openly hostile to its interests? Two reasons. The first is influence. Like Putin, President Xi believes that strong nations should control their regional spheres. Under Xi, China has been ramping up aggression in the South China Sea, not just against Taiwan, but also other neighbors like the Philippines. Biden, meanwhile, has consistently described his administration as a global defender of democracy in the face of rising authoritarianism.
Democracy is still a sacred cause, and there's no country in the world better positioned to lead the world than America.
Meanwhile, Trump's unilateralist America First worldview is inherently skeptical of treaties and alliances. He once called NATO obsolete, and he suggested he'd let Russia invade countries who don't meet spending obligations.
One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
Trump worries U.S. allies in Asia a lot more than a second Biden presidency. Then there's the chaos factor. Trump's White House was defined by disorganization. His policy positions often change. Just look at TikTok. Political polarization increased more among U.S. voters during Trump's presidency than any other in the modern era. And from the sound of it, the second term will be even more tumultuous. A politically chaotic U.S. is very good for Russia. Now in China, with an economy that benefits from global stability, that's not so clear. But with America distracted by its own problems, there's more room for other countries to step in to fill the void. Many of Trump's supporters will say the opposite, that Trump's policies will protect American jobs, defend U.S. interests, to borrow a phrase, to make America great again. But it's hard to ignore the fact that America's biggest rivals are putting their thumbs on the scale. Betting a Trump win will serve their interests as well.